Hey guys, welcome back. Two Brothers Off Script. I'm Jerry,
I'm Ryan.
and today we're talking about Mother's Day. Before we get started, if you do us a favor, hit that subscribe button. We'd really appreciate it. It really helps us grow the channel. So Mother's Day is tomorrow.
Mother's Day is tomorrow as of the shooting. Most people probably won't see this until Mother's Day because that's typically when people start searching for it. They say, "Oh wait, it's Mother's Day? I should have done something about
Should have
that."
done it.
But I honestly I don't think that has anything to do with kids just not respecting their moms. But at some point, as an adult, you start thinking about what you're doing on a daily basis, and I know it feels like a bad thing, if you don't. But maybe it is the thought that counts, the guilt. You already have the guilt as soon as it hasn't happened. So, I mean, I think that's where a lot of people start is
Guilt?
is with the guilt. And I mean, I feel it. I do feel guilty sometimes, when I'm not calling my mom and not saying, "Hey, what's going on?" But then I think about it and I say, you know what, I will call her. I'll call her tomorrow. And then maybe a couple of days later, I get around to it. I don't honestly think it has anything to do with the fact that I don't love my mom. It just has to do with the fact that I just don't even think about calling people in general.
Right, like just life stuff comes up. Now I don't want to say that as an excuse, right? Like we all forget birthdays and holidays, and I don't know, maybe it's more men than women. I don't know, but I know that I got my anniversary wrong the other day. Now, my anniversary is not for another 6 months, but I was filling out some paperwork, and I had to ask my wife, is it the 17th or the 18th? Because I know it's one of the 2 days.
Right.
I don't remember exactly.
I would say I have a terrible memory for occasion. Like just occasions in general. If it's my friend's birthday and Facebook didn't remind me, I probably don't remember.
It's genetic. We're brothers. We don't remember.
Well, we're not. I don't think we're programmed to memorize things. Any of us. I think that
No.
we force ourselves to, and you should expect that a day that comes around every year for your entire existence, you would eventually catch on. But there's got to be a deeper reason why most people forget. Most people don't think about it unless someone else reminds them, "Hey, it's Mother's Day tomorrow. What you doing for your mom?" And
We did that.
yeah,
We did that this week at work. Several of us
yeah,
who have been married for a while. We know a guy. It's his wife. They just had their baby 4 months ago, and we said, "Hey, don't mess this up. Like this is important. There's
Yeah.
an expectation here."
Well, that's one of the other things is we've got as husbands, we celebrate our wives as mothers, even though they're not our mother. It seems like if you don't, then you're again, a failing husband, and you have to be reminded of that.
Well, somebody's
every
got
year
to somebody's got
until
to teach the kids to do it, right? I think that's the angle.
Right, but if you're not, it's just it's perpetuating itself. I don't view it like Valentine's Day, where it's it's a corporate holiday designed to sell greeting cards or whatever. It's just people are not. There's so much going on a day-to-day basis that you just can't even. Most people, I think, and I might just be continually making the same excuse here, but most people don't put other people first. When we're talking about being selfish and taking selfies at a car wreck, it's just the smallest thing. Why and how and what's going to happen if never occurs to a lot of people because we're all just trying to deal with what's going on today, here, my life, my zip code. Why would anyone else even come into my bubble unless there's an outside force? And I took some forethought and I said, I should send a present, and I didn't kill anybody for it, and just I think that this would be nice, and here you go. And it was, I think it was appreciated, and I guess that was the goal, to have it be a show of appreciation, because having a mom is something not everybody has. Not every child's born, and every child is born, obviously, but not every child is raised, by a mom household or a two-parent household, or even a mom and a dad. In this society, there's dads and moms and everything, and it's in that situation, do they celebrate Father's Day or do they celebrate Mother's Day in that situation? Is it something that really is taught? No, I think that in general is what we know. We were raised one way, and that's what we were taught to believe.
I think that the purpose is really just to celebrate, to take that extra effort, right? And almost all relationships that are going to be successful are going to be about effort. And it's always a two-way street, right? I know a lot of people who have a bad relationship with their mom. But they still have that opportunity to make a choice, right? It's almost like a really cool, awesome way to think, okay, like here's an opportunity to make a choice, to reach out, to do something. Somebody brought you into this world, right? And if you have that person still alive, still in your life, and you can reach out to them, it's a good thing to do, to take that effort.
So in a sense, almost all holidays are that way.
I think they are.
We're spending every day going to work and coming home and dealing with our own families, or just seeking that next level of entertainment, or playing video games, or working on a chore at home, or sleep, or homework, or any other thing. But once, twice, 10 times a year, you get this opportunity. It's Christmas, Father's Day, Mother's Day, Easter, for some people, I guess, would be a good way to celebrate
just
each
to
other.
pause for a minute.
But everyone stops and they say, this is the day, and that's probably why everyone has their own day. There's no Children Appreciation Day yet. Most parents are like, you guys should be giving us something now. We've given you life. That's all we really.
It's stressful enough raising your children without having to have. They get their birthday,
right?
They get Christmas.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, that's enough.
And if that's a celebration of the person, when they get older and they start to have their own kids, and they say, now I get a scarf or something, or I get a tie, or I get a new belt, or it's always something odd for the dad. Like in almost all comedies, the dad says, I just want peace and quiet for this day. I think that's what my
wife wants right now. I told her I'll set my alarm early, and I'll get up early with the children before you get up, and then I will watch the kids and make breakfast. That's my plan. So we'll see how I do, but That's my plan right now. I guess, with all of these things, there's a moment to pause and just appreciate someone that's in your life. And moms do a lot for us. When we're growing up, they hug us when we're crying, and they, sometimes correct us when we're being jerks, and
wooden spoons.
I mean,
switches.
there's growth and development that comes out of that strong connection that you have with your parent, and hopefully, most of you have that in your life, and if you don't, a lot of times there's someone who kind of takes that position. There's someone who takes on that role, and they need to be celebrated too, because it's not so much the individual person as it is making the effort to celebrate that position in your life, and those people who like you said, the moms that put us into the world,
right?
So.
Yeah, none of us had the miracle of test tube birth, so we're
thank goodness.
Thank goodness. But I'm not gonna say that I'm a perfect son, but I would like to. I think that for any of us who aren't perfect sons, this would be a great day in which to say, "Hey, Mom, just checking in, I don't want to be a jerk, all year. But maybe this day is a day that's, it has that significance, and because we make the effort on that day, it's a little bit more important." So, I mean, this isn't
not a super long one, but
not going any diatribes here, but we're just saying that for all the mothers out there, our moms,
thank you. And for those of you watching, just reach out if you can, and say thank you as well. Have a great day.
See you next time.